Hey guys, it is me, Pikminmaster123 here with another video, and today we're doing a full review, coverage, and explanation for one of the oldest and best Roblox games, Armored Patrol. This game has been around for so long, and right now we're playing on the newest version that you are most likely to join. So right now we have a main base. It's changed over the years. The base itself is very simple. We have one AI controlled automated turret, which is advanced for the time that this game was made. It'll take down any enemy troops, planes, or anything else that get too close to the base. Then we have the helipads, two of them, each with chin hooks and normal attack helicopters. We have your support spawn area, and then your main heavy tank spawn area. And then we also have the Juggernaut sitting right in the back. Now we are going to be going over the different parts of this cool game. Each of these have very specific roles, and we're going to go over that right now. First off, we have your hauler class. Now these are light armor transportation vehicles. They can haul a small amount of troops, or you can go for the Humvee, which has a larger amount of troops that you can put in it. A lot of people to help you fight off stuff. But the Humvee, it has less armor and doesn't have very many supply crates, which is what most of the haulers are used for. Besides that, they can be destroyed pretty easily, and they have weak armaments. Next up, we got the two Jeeps. Now, these are mainly used to transport people and artillery. Not really for supplies, but they can be used on the move. They're very fast, the fastest vehicles in the game, and they're good for gunnery platforms. So you can just run by people with a person on the anti-air portion or the artillery and just start running and gunning very easily. Dies fast, but it can dodge most attacks. Next up, we got your APCs. Now, these are decently fast. Like, nothing very special about them. All okay armor. Now, you got two main groups. You got anti-air, and then you got anti-tank. The anti-air, generally very fragile, but they shoot very fast. They're good against air. And then the anti-tank is pretty good against going around tanks. It has the fastest turn speed and a decent normal speed, so it can just lap people. Now we got your medium tanks. They're not especially fast, but they're not very slow. They have decent armor. They have decent weapons. They each have their pros and cons. They're just all around unique, and there's not really an easy way except showing you guys what the differences are between these guys. It's up to you if you want to use them or not. And next up we have the heavy tanks. High armor, slower speeds. They both have decent weapons, with the first one being a very good tank with randomized shells, which gives it some special abilities. Medium artillery, kind of like the medium tanks. I mean, there's not much to say about them except for most of these guys, and in general the rest of the artillery, they don't have a very good machine gun usage, and besides that, some of them don't have it at all. This is the most powerful artillery piece in the game, the one and only heavy artillery. It is the Sturmtiger. It has a unique ammo which is able to pierce through any tank in the game and also easily destroy any barricade people may make. And now we are moving on to the helicopters. Um, they're the only flying unit in the game. They provide good support, but they're just way too weak. You can get transportation and people to places very easily, but these helis are just way too easily destroyed by any tank in the game. They just don't really have a very good purpose, especially right now in this update where they're even weaker. And finally, last but not least, the Jagdtiger. This is the Juggernaut of this battlefield. We'll be showing you this tank later in the video. It has the highest health, but also the slowest maneuverability, slowest turning, but it also has another custom ammo that makes it very good at destroying enemy tanks. Besides that, it can easily be surrounded, can easily be attacked by multiple people and taken out, so you need to support this thing. You only get one during the battle because of how just tanky it is, and you don't want multiple on the field at the same time. It would be very unfair in the game. First, we actually have to go over the shop. We have increased protection against bullets, explosions, and pretty much everything else. and that can go up to 20% with this last upgrade. Not actually doing that, but it does unlock more ammo, weapons, and vehicles. Then we got the helmet, 15% against explosions and bullets, 25% increase against explosions and bullets. Build fortification, which allows you to use a tool that can make fortifications. More upgrades for the tool, such as doors and ramps. Then we have saving buildings, increase the max amount, and this can go up to, I believe, 94. Then we got Foxholted Patton, very high health, but it slowly loses its health over time. Then we have the different types of ammo. Premium and long range. Premium just means better in all standards. Long range means it focuses on long range, decreases everything else. Same thing for a lot of this. Grenade premium, that's pretty much, it's pretty much the same thing for all of it. Dynamite is like a heavier grenade. All that stuff. You got smoke canisters, and for some reason they're limited when all the other grenades are not. Then we also have cell upgrades with a bunch of different things. Premium, long range, fast reload. And then we have 25 millimeters. That's your anti-air right there. Premium, long range. Then we have the most important upgrade in the entire game. I would say it's essential to get this every time you start the game. This is upgrading machine guns to full auto. Which, if you're surprised about this, I'm sorry for you. But if we go over here and use this nice vehicle and try to use the machine gun, I'm holding the button down right now. It is on standard. You have to spam the button yourself. Full auto, on the other hand, allows you to hit this. Now you can't actually use this in spawn because that's the rules. You see right there, can't use upgraded ammo. But if I just hold down the key or the mouse button, it works perfectly fine. Full auto, 10 rounds a second. Then we also have two final upgrades, which is camouflage and paint tank the other team's color, which both are pretty good. I'm going to show you both really quick because we have the funds. So first one, it'll actually copy the ground, except for like the wheels. But for tanks, it'll also copy the treads. This is actually very useful. A lot of people from far away will just miss you and not hit you with artillery because of this. Then we have disguise as the enemy tank's color, which does exactly what you would expect it to do. Over the course of this video, we will be going over everything from the different weapon choices and what they can do, plus combat scenarios and all that nice stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we're going to put our final result at the end of this video. So if you just want to skip ahead to that, you can. It'd be nice if you stayed, watch the entire video all the way through. First things first, we're going to show off building fortifications. Now this is pretty simple. You just hold out the building tool, you hit Z, or you can just click right here, I believe. Yes. And build full-on construction right here. There is still a limit to how much you can build, which sort of sucks, but it's just how the thing is. You can also build weapons, artillery, anti-air, and the second type of stationary artillery. Now, the difference between this is this has a slightly more powerful gun. This has protection. So go with what you want. Both of them are very important. And this one also has some elevation. A little bit better for anti-air usage. Ooh, direct hit. Look at that. This thing is actually very good for taking out these nice and weak helis. It's also good against these smaller tanks too. Especially when they're not paying it. Oh my gosh, he just moved out of my way. My cannon isn't necessarily stronger than these tanks, but it still packs a punch. And for a lot of these, you gotta get the right angle. I recommend actually zooming out though. Zooming out makes stuff way better. And I will now be moving over to this. Pretty much the same cannon, although you can get more damage with this. But this actually gives you some armor on it. Which means if they start attacking you, they'll hit the armor, not you. And it'll also reflect all machine gun rounds. Same with this. This does not have any armor. It will not reflect machine gun rounds. If you start getting whacked in the face with a machine gun, you're dead. Looks like it's going to be a 3-on-1 in a second here. Yep, here they come. Come on. And here we got into the melee range. This is terrible because our weapons aren't necessarily that good. Although I will say that was. And we are dead. Not a big surprise when you are 3v1'd. Actually, that was a 5v1. There were 2 tanks and 3 helis taking us out. This is the XL supply truck. Many crates. These are all 4x3x2. Which is 24 of these things. And each crate, when on the ground, can actually be, if I can carry one of these, blown up by simple rifle fire. These explosions do a ton of damage to vehicles. So, this is one of the most dangerous vehicles in the game to play and the easiest to be one-tapped into an oblivion. Now you do have some nice wooden armor, you know, slightly mitigating your chances of blowing up instantly. But it is a valuable resource because this thing carries a ton of crates, each of which can be used for building, repair, and everything else. Very good for bringing over to these, well, necessary outposts. These things need lots of resources to take care of them. Very bad at going up hills. I will say that. And as you can see, we have made a very nice base right here. Plenty of anti-air cover, anti-ground cover, and this tank's empty, dude. Why are you still? Well, anyone could hop into that tank, so it is a good thing to take that out. We have a decent amount of points, so let's actually spend this on long-range cells. Now, long range severely gets rid of all of this. Like, look at this. For its new long-range capabilities, even from this distance. Here, let's try that again. Look at that. What's really good is they got this huge artillery piece all the way out here. This thing is very good for taking out tanks long range. However, there is one more artillery piece that has heavier weapons. Not as good armor as this though. Also up here, if you guys didn't notice. Yeah, it takes a second for these things to build. It is a little annoying. We can just hop our ways up here, and as you can see, yeah, nice anti-air turret up here. Anti-air turrets are the best for towers. They have the longest reach. I don't really care about these things too much. This person needs to... So here's an issue with people. They don't really understand that that whenever they are building stuff and they go over their maximum, it just deletes their older stuff, which just leaves a lot of bases hung up to dry. Like literally, look at this. Look at this hole. There's a hole here. There's a big hole over here. And some of the other stuff is also getting deleted. Like, I don't know what this person expects is gonna happen when they go over the maximum, but that's what happens. What you're seeing right here is them not using the delete function to get rid of these, so it's actually destroying more of the stuff over here. It's a strange system, I will say that. It won't just stop you from making more stuff, but it's still annoying. Now we'll be moving on to our next tank, or should I say resource, the Jeep. It's the fastest car in the game, and you have an anti-air and artillery. Each with a different varying back. You can actually have someone in the back as you're driving, shooting that gun. Anyways, how this guy works, drive over to literally any point, go up onto the point, turn the point around, move the heli that just fell on your face, back up just a little bit, and then you will hit the tat, which is R, And you can even attach it back on there if you really want to, but that's only for moving stuff, and normally you don't want to. Pretty much, it's mostly supportive, but I will show you a little bit of PvP. I'm not PvPing with the other two things, I'm sorry about that. But when it comes to the weakest two vehicles in the game, I'm not going to be PvPing with them, let me just say that. Oops, that is the wrong type of... Yeah, so that is brick. There we go, there's long range. We can actually hit people from about there, right? Yep, there we go. So this is actually really good for anti-artillery and for our own artillery. There we go, got a nice hit on these guys. You know what? I'm gonna spin some more now. So, not only do we have the normal, nice, good old long range and good old normal ammo, now we'll be using the premium ammo. Now, premium, as the name suggests, gives a full bonus on pretty much everything. Ugh. This is not good. Although he is very damaged, yeah, he's pretty much exposed. Means he's either gonna hop out of that tank soon. Yep, there we go. And he just got obliterated the second he did. But to be honest, this isn't a bad setup. And it did refresh because when it comes to your actual tanks, you can only have like 4 or 5 units on the field. You can't have an infinite amount. Which sucks, but that's just how the game is. I know I've been stuck a lot on this type of stuff, but this is some of the more common stuff you're gonna have to be dealing with, the more important stuff. And he killed me. Great. We're gonna have a very big problem soon. Welp. Makes way for the artillery jeep, the next thing. And here's the fun thing you can do with the jeep. You can run up to people and start using all of your resources. You want to use your gun while you're in the jeep? Go ahead, use the gun while you're in the jeep. You want to use the rocket launcher while you're in the jeep? You can use this rocket launcher in the jeep. You can use any item in the jeep, unlike tanks. In tanks, you can use the gun and the basic grenade. In the jeep, however, you can go right here, drop off your stuff, and go on a solo mission if you want. You do have to do keybinds though, it does not work on mobile and stuff, etc, etc. You know, you might have a hard time doing a lot of this stuff. A couple of other things you can do on PC that you can't on mobile is actually double hitting, so you can hit 2 buttons at once, not just hit 1, which means you can fire 2 weapons at once at a constant rate, which is something you also can't do on mobile. Hit him once, come on, there we go. So now, hit him again. But this is so hilarious. How I'm somehow surviving, and it's okay. Now it's time to switch on to the main guns, aka we gotta take out the aircraft, we gotta take out the rest of this stuff. Only way to do that, cannons. There we go, 1 hit, he's about to go down. Or he's about to jump down, one of the two. He just got whacked. This is wide open, come on. Another hit on him, and he's dead. Yeah, no way I'm leaving right now. But I should have stayed in this cannon. Could have defended ourselves better. There we go. 1 nice hit to the side. Come on. We just need to hit all those crates. There we go. Pilot's exposed. He's making a run for it. Hit him again. Come on. 1 more time. He's going down. Pilot's down. Pilot's on the ground. Gonna be running. Gonna hit him with air. And that is a one-hit KO, 101 damage. You only have 100 health in this game. Oh, this is about to be very bad. Oh, we were just whacked from over there. But I'm getting in this thing. I don't know about this guy. He's exposed. Wide open. Come on. Crack, crack. We need to crack this man. I think I just whacked myself. And we will be moving on to the next most important tank. My favorite. Actually, one of my favorite tanks in the game. There's actually one that comes very close because I like how this guy plays. If I keep it on 1 and I hit... So we have F as anti-aircraft, sorry, medium arc, and machine gun. If I hit F and B at the same time on a computer, you can shoot both weapons simultaneously. This is what I would like to call the helicopter destroyer. Because look at how much that shreds. It can even shred medium armor. Like, look at that. Already getting pieces off of this man. You're low armor. You're not even medium. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, come on. I was trying to... But look at how fast this thing can shred on its own. Look at that shred. Look at that capability right there. I think I'm being hit by like 3 people. But either way, look at that capability on its own. Now I was damaged. That guy tried going in for the melee or the gun. Hit him with it. There we go. We're using both at once now. It got stuck for a second. It does that afterwards you fire the main guns. If I were to like suddenly fire the main guns really quick. So if I were to hit this and then try and hit the anti-air, as you can see it is moving, but it won't do it for a little bit. That's just how the game works. Now it does actually make sense because that's how ammo changing happens in tanks in real life. It takes a second for it to... Oh, this is what we call cleaning. So pretty much he tried hopping into this guy's tank, and we gotta clean him off. It means light, minigun fire, anti-air fire. Both of them work very well actually. Both of these are very good for taking out armor. And no armor, which is what this thing works on the best. Because technically tanks have the true armor, which there are actually different armor variabilities. This stuff's true armor that I'm shooting at right now. The stuff I was shooting at, which was the Humvee, is not armor at all. This thing does not have any... There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Look at those explosions. Those deal so much damage to the players and stuff. It is actually kind of ridiculous. He's dead. You're dead. Oh, a heli trying to come after me? You know I'm using anti-heli rounds, and this tank's one of the ones that can almost shoot straight up. And it's faster than a heli, so no matter what, that heli did. And this is one of the long-range tanks. Now, why would you say long-range? Well, minigun and anti-air rounds travel farther than normal tank cells, including the premium versions, or the paid versions, if you will. Now, there's actually no pay to win in this game. I'm pretty sure you can actually buy points? No, you can't. You can't even buy points anymore. That was one of the older versions. But if I were to upgrade long range cells, sure it gets rid of some of the player wipeout, but it is completely worth it because you can hit stuff that you can't normally hit. Like, you can hit stuff, like, look at that. You can see me hitting outside of my render distance, and I'm getting points outside of my render distance of those points. Running will not save you anymore. Going behind a mountain will, but running will not. You are dead, not big surprise. We're already taking so much off this heli, it's not even funny. Look at that. Heli's almost destroyed, especially when it comes to the front. The entire side's gone. There goes the pilot. Pilot's dead. And we win, and look at that. There was actually a guy who was hiding back there, probably in that helicopter. And we are back on blue team. Now, we will be going over the next thing, which is, I would say, a budget version of this. So this is the true APC. Because the other thing was more like an anti-air turret. It has direct fire. You have your nice anti-air. However, this is slower. Pretty much the tank I just used a second ago has the fastest anti-air in the game. It is made for anti-air. You also have medium arc, and then you have anti-air, which shreds through literally all of this. Come on. Come on. And I am not facing this tank alone. My tank is fragile for a reason. And I'm not joking. This tank is actually pretty fragile. Not as badly, I would say, as you would expect something to say fragile on. Nope, we're destroying all this. Hurry and destroy everything. Destroy all these walls before they can build it. If you think I'm being salty, no, that's how you play the game. There we go. All their turrets are destroyed. All of his protections down. Take him out. Oh, mid-air explosions. There we go. Entire thing's going down. Pilot's dead. There we go. Now, as you can see, this is tier 3 armor. I'm not doing too good against it. Like, its percentages are way down. It's actually just armor, not just... Oh, heli. Dang, they already dropped all their ammo crates. I was hoping I could explode them. Helis are actually easier to destroy than the big ones when it comes to their ammo crates. Because these don't, while they don't have 8 of them, these have 6 of them in the back. If you hit that sweet spot, they are done for. This person's gonna definitely help me out. I'm definitely gonna help this man out. Because he can't actually direct fire on himself. Although this man is losing oops. Sorry about that, dude. Oh, he's walking into the base turret range. Look at that. It does as much damage as a normal tank. This AI is not downgraded whatsoever. Just as good as a player, even better when it comes to aiming. Once you get to the soft underbelly of these tanks, even normal machine gun, but we need to take this out right now. I'm pretty sure that's his engine. And he's gone. What do you think you're off to? I was just about to say, what does that guy think he's gonna do? Get away? He's facing me, Mr. Minigun Man, because technically I'm using a keyboard to play a mobile game to a superior level. But you would think they would stop using so many helis, but everyone's just getting the helis. I know it's a flying vehicle. I know you think the tanks can't shoot it down, but in this game they sure as heck can. So each vehicle also has a store, pretty much, of how many parts you can have. With the vehicles like the Juggernaut being able to store a lot more than vehicles like this one. They each have enough to at least repair it like once or twice. We're going into my second favorite tank. Or, well, one of my main favorites. I don't know where they exactly stand, but this is the Rulet Real Tank. It shoots a wide variety of different cell types, all direct fire, and speeds. So not only is it all of the explosiveness and its damage randomized, the amount of times it shoots is randomized. Like that, look at that. Back to back. But so is almost everything else about this. Like the range it's gonna go. Like look at the difference between these ranges. That was a double shot, like instantaneous. And also, its angle is a little bit different for the barrel too. So, you do not know what to expect from this tank. So it may be like an angle or two off, it may be a speed or two off, but it'll always shoot towards the target. Like look at this. From even fast fire, you're not gonna get this type of speed. Now mix that with the machine gun and you got a tank shredder. This tank actually has some pretty good armor too. Like this stuff you're seeing right here, this is some of the heavier armor. The better ones. It's also on the Juggernaut, so I mean, good luck dude. I'm also going to get the helmet and the body armor finally, because that's good. Foxhole tool. Look at that, his entire front is already destroyed. And he's gone. This is why I like the Roulette Wheel tank. Like it's a tier 2. Probably should be a tier 3 at this point. But it's good. It can also be pretty easily defeated by you just not having the right type of ammo. And that's not even a joke. If you get very unlucky in an engagement, you're not gonna be surviving to tell the tale, let me say that much. The Roulette tank is actually good. Now you might think it's not because it's completely random, you don't know what you're gonna get, but it's good. This is very special, it's immune to ice. Also it uses some wood as part of its armor. For some tanks they would use it for like light arms fire and stuff. People say, oh, it helps deflect tanks. It will not help you against a lot of shells. With this specific tank, you can go up onto the ice, and as it says in the description, also it has a pretty high angle when it comes to its normal shots. Like, it actually be able to act like a normal tank. At least it feels that way. Oh, someone's got hit by a gigantic ball. Like, look at that. Its high angle also helps deal with these pests. and it seems to have a decent general fire rate when it comes to all of its stuff. Each tank has individual different fire rates, and it takes it kind of strange. Also, another thing they just added was you can actually see how much damage you're doing to these things. Like, this was like recently updated within the last couple of days or so. Like, you can actually see like a number. Like, look at that. Also, they did upgrade the textures a little bit so you can see that type of stuff even better. Focus fire. Where's the rando? Who's the guy on the ground? There we go. Got him. He's done. That tank is done with all these. Heck, even the guy we focus fired is somehow lasting longer. But that's because he's playing a little bit smarter. He's actually moving around a different way than the rest of his teammates. Okay, I'm taking out specifically the turret right now. There we go. He's defenseless. He's down, he's out for the count, and he's done for. Look at that one by one convoy coming down. You know, I actually want to take this guy out because he's going to be more annoying. There we go, he's done. What's unique about every map is the normal map is just a normal map. It's like an introductory almost. This one has ice, it has ice blocks, ice, and then falling snow and ice that will actually hurt your tank, make the map a little bit different. You know, more unique. This map is a lot more flat than the other two, I think. Now there are some times when, like a lot less of the time compared to the other two maps, it is rough. It's a flat, smoother map for the most part. Then we have the mesa biome, or whatever you want to. Pretty much, it's like the deserty map. That one is a lot more mountains and hills, most likely. And then the other map, which is the normal one, is just like a medium amount of everything. You know, a good introductory map. Hopefully, it starts saying that we're gonna get more points because for some reason we're not getting as many. I don't know why it's saying we're getting less points. Okay, next tank, the Jumbo Sherman. Pretty strong direct fire, slightly slower machine gun, and all of its ammo is on the back. So one rear hit and you're pretty whacked. Heli in front of us and a heli behind us. There we go. So this tank, pretty much very similar to all the rest. It looks like it has a decent amount of armor. They're gonna probably go for the top of the tank or the weapons, which means it takes more general attention off of me. I'm a very persistent person. This person will be destroyed. And he is dead. I gotta get this right armor fixed. Or left armor. And it's repair speed is very high. That's useful. Come on, fall over already. There we go. Is the pilot out yet? Yes, the pilot's dead. There we go. Oh, that is not good. Oh, come on, let me move already. Somebody help me. Next, the Panther. Looks like it has a decent amount of armor. At least double layered on the sides. Upper armor also looks double layered, or at least thicker versions. This tank is better for backup combat, especially because of the front extra armor. Looks like this guy's the exact same tank as me. Hit him, come on. One more time. Done, he's sending his goon. His goon's coming. He's an artillery, so he should not be this far up. He does not have the best armor. Still, they do a decent amount of damage. You're weak. You are very weak. Dead. Dude, I have not repaired like a single time and I'm still doing great. Like, I don't really care about repairing because I sort of want to get to the next tank already. Because we're getting to some of the really unique ones soon. Normal map this time. Now we're getting on to the Scorpion. Fastest turn speed in the game. This is very good for rotational combat. Its turn speed doesn't really make up for its normal speed though. It feels like it should be a much faster tank in general. And he's taken out. There we go. Come on, guys. I really need some help over here. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. This is so beatable. It's stupid. Come on. Let's get the guy inside there already. He's already healing up. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on, take him out now. It's time for him to go. Time for him to go by. There we go. He's dead. Ooh, that was a connection. Dead. Okay, where did this guy go? And now we are back with the APC. This is another APC, personnel carrier, and weaker than all the others. This is like the tier 1 one, the weakest one. Not necessarily that good. It does have that nice double usage, not as fast as the strongest APC. Still pretty good. We got that good direct fire. It also has the medium arc. These guys have been just trying to get my point on the last map for so long. Like, the entire game they were just rushing me with helicopters for some reason. Oh, now they're doing their other strategy, which is just to put everyone onto jeeps. I'm pretty sure they're in a call. I'm pretty sure these three people who I keep on just destroying are in a call. There's one of them down right now. No name. We have no name. We have R60. And then who is this rando? Wait, I'm actually wondering, who is the man trying to build? I just pretty much ruined their entire attempt already. How am I still alive? Done. Well, I tried building the bunker. It didn't work too well. Next we have the M-1 Patton. Good armor, but it's slow. And the tank is. It's pretty slow. Good armor. I'm pretty sure it's a decent regeneration rate. I don't think it's that fast though. And then we have these. So these two are definitely crates. These are the upgraded crates. So these are just normal crates. They will explode, but they're stronger. So how many times are you gonna try this, bro? Nope, nope. Back to your base. Come on. Limp all the way home. You ain't returning home yet, bro. Well, that was the second one, not. And there goes the explosives. He's down on the ground. He's dead. Come on, long range. Yes! One direct shot to the cranium. 1.5 direct shots to the cranium. One's down. Second one's almost down. Annihilated. Obliterated again. Yeah, look at all those parts in these crates. Like these are the bigger ones. These heal up a ton. I see your vehicle. Do you think you're slick? You're dead. And we are back with a more annoying tank. This tank has only indirect fire, so it got medium arc, high arc, and machine gun usage only. And this tank is slow. I might as well max this out, and it's actually 80. 80 is the maximum amount of those that you can get. You know, might as well get dynamite premium, smoke canister, grenade premium. Pretty fast bullet speed, to be honest. This thing is meant for artillery. Already took one guy out. Let's see. Can it keep up with these types of guys? Can I keep up with these types of guys? There's one hit on him. He's running on the ground now. Why isn't it firing? But just quit firing for some reason. Well, I guess that was a quick end for a pretty bad unit. Then we got this. So limited transversal, no machine gun, only use the rifle. This is another artillery, but at least it has some speed to it. It only has direct and indirect. Indirect doesn't even have a description. It just says indirect. What do you expect me to do, bro? Flints? all around tanks. Very good, and you can actually get a second gunner. So let's see if one of these guys hops in. I do remember there being a second thing for the other gun slot, but maybe that's in a different version. There are some vehicles that have that. I just can't use the main gun. That is a disadvantage in 5/4. But it's not letting me use the main gun. That is so sketchy. Okay, hopefully this time it actually let me use the main gun instead of locking me out of it. Yep, now we can use the main gun. And now for the Tiger 1. It's slow. It has good armor. Its minigun only shoots in the front. And it does not suit up too much or low too much. When it comes to this stuff. Just putting fuses everywhere. Done. Well, we didn't really show off this guy much, but to be honest, I honestly don't like this guy very much. Just because of its lack of, like, it does good tank versus tank, but it's pretty much the same as a lot of these. They have various problems, like it only faces, like the machine gun only facing one direction, and bad elevation depression. Next we got the limited transversal again, but that doesn't really seem to matter. This is the heavier artillery. It's supposed to be a stronger main cannon, and then also a good machine gun too. Now this can go up high. No, I'm cleaning this up. Buddy, your friend's here, your best friend, it's me. Going to blast you to pieces. Also, I'm getting rid of all of their fortifications. I don't care. Dead. Okay, all your fortifications are gonna be going. I don't care. I sincerely don't care, because at least we're going back to this thing, the one we never really got to finish. Most powerful artillery unit, and technically the worst damaging tank. Well, as in it does the most damage. We have 400 currency per one of these. The Sturmtiger, or Sturmtiger, whatever you want to call it. Sturm. But we have direct fire with its almost no reload speed, max high explosive, armor piercing, and player wipeout. I'm spamming the fire. I'm holding the fire button, by the way. I want to see how long this actually takes to. That is slow. And then we have the 50 gun machine gun. Its fire rate isn't bad. It sounds different. You know, how does fast? Okay, fast reload mode. How much faster is this? Considerably. Great. Time to get wombo combo by like 3 people now. Probably all of them really. Well, what is my positioning? That is a snipe. Can you move out of the way, my good? Mission command, I believe we have a bogey in the area. And imposter. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's gonna take forever to get that back. But what are you doing? Get off me. Oh my gosh, this man is an idiot. What was that? That was a 190. This thing's supposed to go through walls. But I can feel the frustration that most of these guys who play this must feel. I just took out a heli at this. To be honest, this guy's annoying me, so I'm moving on to the Humvee. The problem with the Humvee being its supposed no armor is pretty much true. It counts as armor. It's better than the Jeep. You can still do the Jeep strats. You can get up to 4 people in here, plus control the machine gun, which I mean. Taken like any damage yet. Yeah, there was like one thing. And that is pretty much the limits of the Humvee. Now, before we move on to the air vehicles, there's one last vehicle we haven't done yet. Jagdtiger Juggernaut. This has the most armor in the game, the most protection in the game, the largest gun, and its own unique standard cells. But cells are special explosive cells that are different than the normal ones. Also, it heals extremely slow.
FBI, open up!
Because normally your teammates are supposed to defend, help support the Juggernaut, you know, mainly because he can't shoot behind him. Aim specifically for the turret, come on. Yes! No! It was only the ball of the turret that was destroyed, come on. There we go. Misfire. Yes! Defenseless. Yeah, I was hoping this would give us a little bit of an edge to push in, but looks like most of our teammates either aren't here or just don't know about how to work when there's a Juggernaut. So I'm gonna just try and get back here, back behind their own stuff, and start repairing. Because this will show you how slow their stuff sort of. It's a Juggernaut meant to repair quick. Now we'll be moving on to the Huey. Basic attack helicopter, pretty good. With it, you can also do the mix of two fires. Or, there we go. You can mix two fire, two types of anti-aircraft fire. And one of them is playing my favorite class, aka anti-Huey. And that's the problem with the Huey, at literally any point in time. To be honest, none of them have any armor. And if anything, no meaningful armor. I'm trying to take out the counter right now. It's not going good. Why are there two people in this helicopter? Stop telling me not to hit my teammates and let me hit the enemy. Thank you. I'm surprised no one even went after Alpha. And this is why I sort of hate the Heli too. The only good one would be the tin hook, because you last a little bit longer than Huey. You have two versions, the anti-air and artillery. We're gonna use it twice, so we're gonna use one of each. Pretty much use this to get stuff to where it needs to go. You also have two types of missiles, the tracking and the guided. We're gonna do the tracking first, and it actually tracks your opponents. It will not miss under normal circumstances, but it still can miss. And that, like I said, it's just too easy to get rid of helicopters. Like, it says, oh, learn to sway the helicopter. Well, that does not do anything. Some fun stuff. But to be honest, air is too weak in this game. Air is just not made well. Like if they added like a jet or something very fast and agile enough to dodge some of these things, maybe. But what they have now is none of those things. And that is pretty much it for this game. Now there is some other better stuff when it comes to some of the earlier versions, and the earlier versions actually have helicopters that can do something. This game is very old, but also constantly redone, still getting a lot of activity, still getting people updating the game, and actually has a decent community. I would rate this at about an 8.5 out of 10. While this is a very good game, it's one of the highest ones up there, I still feel it could be set at a higher bar, especially with a lot of the balancing stuff. Maybe even expanded the series again once more instead of going with the same stuff again. And I really loved it originally when the base was a whole cube and it was like a whole separate part of the base, all about you defending the base. It wasn't necessarily just the turret. You can also help defend because the turret wasn't as good as it is now today. It's gotten much better, I will say that. But besides that, this is a really good game, and it really zaps away a lot of time. So just watch out for that. Well, guys, without further ado, we're gonna end the video off right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Also, I hope you guys decide to check out this game. It's on the Roblox page, and we have the link in the description. Feel free to join the Discord so you can join us in this game while we play it. And we have some other videos at the end of this YouTube video that we think you might like. Feel free, if you got this far, to like, subscribe, and I hope to see all of you guys again for another video. Bye, guys.